Hey guys. So I'm getting ready to go on a trip up to North Carolina and Tennessee to the Tail of the Dragon. Um, and I decided that I was going to buy some new chaps. Now, my friends and I, a few years ago, in 2023, we'd gone up to Sturgis and I had a set of chaps, and it was an old set that my dad had given me, and they were extra large. And unfortunately, they started to fall apart, several seams. I probably could have got them put back together. However, I've lost almost 60 pounds since that trip. So I wanted to order a new pair just to have one for the somewhat smaller me. So what I did was I went on Amazon and I looked around. We actually just had the Leesburg Bike Fest going on here, and I looked at a couple different sets, and they were, $170, $200 for like Milwaukee leather or whatever brand it was that they were selling at the time. And I checked them out, and I just wasn't happy with them. Not for $200. And I've ordered from different places before, like Milwaukee leather, and I actually have a coat from them that's buffalo, and it's fantastic. I mean, it's the warmest coat I've ever owned, and the thing weighs about 50 pounds of leather. So I decided, I went on Milwaukee Leather's website, and I went on to Amazon, and they were selling them both places for almost the same, and I really needed them to come in quickly. So I tried those. I ordered those, and for $129. But at the same time, there was a very good set of Dream Apparel chaps that were being sold on Amazon. It was sponsored, recommended, and had a lot of sales and a lot of really good reviews. So I decided to try both. And one thing that I liked about those was they had an extra liner on the inside. So they both have a mesh liner, but this one had like a liner to keep it warmer. Which it's not going to be super cold on this trip up into the mountains. It's going to get down into like the high 40s, low 50s, which for me, we rode through that up north. So I decided to order them both. One was $69, the Dream Apparel, and the other one was about $129. Through the Milwaukee leather. So I ordered both sets, and they just arrived today. So I figured that I would go through and tell you what my experience is now. I've tried them both on. My hair looks awful. So I've tried them both on, and I've made my decision. It wouldn't be everybody's decision, but it's mine. So I'm going to start off with the Dream Apparel, and then I'm going to move on to the Milwaukee leather. So this is the Dream Apparel. I'm going to try to get this turned around so you can see it. And it is the C433488SLV is the style number. And as you can see, I ordered these ones in a large because from the reviews that I was seeing, people said, oh, it runs small. It didn't seem to run small to me at all. I have plenty of room in the leg. But what got me, I was looking at like the rivets at the end and the way that it is. And some of the leather here, now it says it's 100% genuine leather. So when I come down to the end, it is super soft. And that's kind of the deal breaker for me. It's very, very soft leather. And as you can see, some areas, I'm hoping you can see this, it looks like the finish is already starting to rub off. Some of the seams aren't that great. You can see how the stitching is around the pocket and how it's already pulling around the seams. Now, one thing I did like was this extra quilted liner on the inside. Seems like it's super warm, and then it does have the mesh lining, just like the others. And a little bit of vinyl on the inside. Again, these are Dream Apparel, and you can see. Now, going up next to the Milwaukee leather. Now, these are the Milwaukee leather SH190 in a medium in the black. You can feel a huge difference. Now, this leather is stiffer. I know it will stretch over time as I'm wearing it. As it heats up, as it gets worn in, it's definitely going to stretch. But here at the bottom, the leather itself is just way thicker. Now, it was advertised as like 1.3 to 1.4 buffalo. In reading on that, I don't think it's American bison. I think it's more like water buffalo. But if you look at the pockets, just the stitching, it's double stitched, double rolled. This is actually like a leather roll, whereas on the Dream ones, it's more, feels like a vinyl almost. And this genuine leather, it almost feels vinyl-y to me. Like it's super duper soft. Like it's maybe like a processed leather to make it that soft. It does have these nice little stretch zones on the inner thigh, which makes it very, very comfortable. I'd say comfortable wise, this is the way to go. I'm just not so sure that they're going to hold up. And as riders, we abuse these things. Also with the soft leather, I'm not so sure that should something happen and God forbid we go down, that this one, the Dream, what is it? Dream Apparel is going to hold up in a slide. I can feel this. It's hard leather. It's definitely going to hold up and keep me from scrubbing DNA onto the pavement. Maybe not all the way, but, at least somewhat protecting me. It doesn't have as many pockets. It does have the mesh lining on the inside to help keep you cool, but it does not have the zippered in and out, the zippered in and out quilted liner. Now, I've used the quilted liners on my coats, jackets, stuff like that. But to be honest with you, I'm going to be wearing probably long johns, jeans, and my chaps. The chaps are really just to have that leather protection, keep the wind off of me, and not really, it's not really just there to keep you warm. I think it will keep me warm. It'll help keep that in, but I don't think it needs the quilted lining. Other people might have different opinions, but that's just mine. So, again, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee leather. It is a little bit more money. But again, when you look at the strap, look at the quality of the leather, look at how it's put together, look at the rivets, multiple rivets, look at the buckle in itself compared to these rivets, how they're kind of drilled out rivets, how that's definitely like a processed leather on the inside. And even this buckle is super duper lightweight. I think the Dream Apparel, if you don't ride a lot, if you don't go on big major trips, if you're just looking for something to keep in your closet, not inside your saddlebag, to have in a pinch that you might use every once in a while, I would definitely go the Dream Apparel. It's $69. It's going to save you money. In the long run, and if you're using it once a year or twice a year. If you're going to use it for a week-long motorcycle trip, and God forbid, when we went through Sturgis and then we went up into Glacier National Park, oh my gosh, the cold, the just the rocks, the stones. We ended up going through the worst cicadas, or not cicadas, the worst locust plague. Grasshoppers just smacking you as you go down the road. and there were times where I am so glad that I had my chaps on. I ride a 22 Road Glide CVO. It is not an Ultra. It does not have leg protection. So, it helped. It kept the wind off my legs. It kept me from, you know, all that stuff. So, again, I'm going to keep my Milwaukee leather. It's got a 2-year warranty, $129. It fits very snugly, and I know it's, even with jeans on, it's snug. The zippers are fantastic. They have the same type of zippers, the YKK zippers on both of them, but they just feel more substantial on the Milwaukee leather. So, all right, guys. Well, hopefully this helps you, and keep watching. And I'll try to add some links to what I purchased here in down below. Okay. So like and subscribe, and I will post a little bit more about our trip and a little bit more with me and Cincha on it. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great day.